Hi, this is Thomas with Believe in the Run.
This is Robbie with Believe in the Run.
And this is Megan with Believe in the Run.
Dude, Robbie, I like your Chicago hat.
Okay. Thanks.
It's nice. It goes well. You have these earth tones going. You're really working it.
Yeah, I'm in my fall era right now. Still feels like summer though in Baltimore.
I don't understand what's happening.
I slept with my windows open last night.
Oh, that's weird.
That is strange in this city.
Yeah, there's a lot of noises.
Oh, I wasn't even thinking, the train, but I wasn't even thinking of that. I was thinking more like people crawling in and being like, hey, how's it going, Robbie?
Dude, I'm on the second floor, dude.
And if someone's crawling in, they're doing it without a window open or not.
It's not Slender Man trying to climb into my window.
Slender Man.
I was thinking about all the noise. Like, we live in a city.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I woke up a lot last night. The trains are going like, I don't know if they're delivering Christmas presents or something, but
Too soon.
It's so weird there's still trains in like our city.
What?
Yeah, like just in general.
Yeah, like just put it on a truck.
I think they do a good job of getting things from point A to point B.
Yeah, trains are way faster. Like, have you driven to New York versus taking the train to New York?
And they can carry more loads.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I wanted to say there, right?
Jeez.
Yeah, because you're 12. Thomas will laugh about this for
For the whole
5
time.
minutes.
Thomas is also flexing his New Balance basement collab shoes.
Oh, I love these stuff. I like a shiny shoe.
Yeah, I would have said like last year that was the ugliest shoe I've ever seen in my life. And now I'm like, it's kind of cool.
Well,
Yeah.
you also had those Nike ones that are similar.
Yeah.
Are you going to a basement or something, or to a club?
Yeah, I am actually. You're welcome to join me.
Okay.
It's sponsored by Satisfy. It'll be very hip.
Wow.
Yeah.
I feel like you'll have to be wearing only Nordas if you're sponsored by Satisfy. I don't know that they wear any
They're
other
doing
shoes.
Hoka. They do
Or Hoka.
Hoka
Yeah,
collabs,
Hokas or Nordas.
Yeah, you could do that. Yeah,
All right.
you could do it all.
Anyways, so trains are happening.
Okay, we should talk about the weather because it's probably everybody's talking about the weather.
Okay.
I happen to love the weather right now. It was like 50 something this morning and 49 yesterday. And then by the afternoon, it was like I was walking around. We were doing a First Thoughts video for the Novablast 5, which we'll talk about later. And it was like summer.
Yeah. Global warming.
It's
man.
also weird because they're setting up the ice rink in downtown Baltimore, which they do every November. But it's really weird when you're like running by in shorts and a t-shirt.
But is it ice?
No. What?
I think it's just like plexiglass plastic or something.
Yeah. All right.
Is it not?
Well, it's definitely ice.
It has to be ice. It's an ice rink.
I swear it's some
It's
form.
skating. They're not rollerblading.
No, I swear it's this like plastic that you can skate on.
I mean, I will say sometimes you know things that I don't, and maybe you
Can you
have
please look up the
I'm looking it
surface?
up.
Is it nitroglycerin?
Yes, it is. And
Okay.
you can smoke on it.
I don't know. I'm just
People getting blown over the constellation.
Just throwing out chemical compounds out there. It could be H2O, a version of it.
That could be because
Well-
it comes in a gas, a solid, and a liquid.
Yeah.
Wait, who was it? You telling me that you were getting all of these Instagram ads for water?
Yes.
That they're saying
Hydrogen
it doesn't
water.
have hydrogen.
They're like, this bottle infuses hydrogen into your water. I'm like, Meg, isn't the H and 2O?
Like more hydrogen?
I think it adds more hydrogen to your water.
It's like a fizzy lifting drink from Willy Wonka.
I don't know, but they're trying to sell these bottles that apparently hydronate your water. Which I'm like, how can you get it? And it's already got two H's.
We're entering the lowest level of grifting.
Or is it
We've
two
made
O's?
it.
It's real ice. I don't know what to tell you. It's an ice rink.
Yeah.
It's not. I'm telling you, they would have to have a way to cool it.
Yeah, they probably do.
They put those coolers on extra.
Yeah, they've got generators out there. It's loud.
Have you seen a Zamboni on that thing? No. I'm telling you, I used to work in that place. It's not ice.
You used to work on an ice rink?
I one time had a job in college to untangle all their, you know how they roll up lights on all the trees out there?
Yeah.
I was the guy who would, when the boxes came from China with the lights, I had to unwrap them from their wrappers, wrap them around these tubes so that when they gave them to the workers to wrap around the trees, they were easier to get up.
Okay.
And I'm telling you, I don't think the ice rink is an ice rink.
I mean, so you're saying they had plastic ice technology 30 years ago? No. I mean, I
want
to
to look at
trust me.
alternatives for skating.
I want this to be. I want this to be a real thing.
I'm telling you.
I'm on your side.
You can be in 60, 70 degrees skating around.
I saw when we were in Central Park, it was almost 80 degrees and people were out ice skating, which seems almost like a sin, but
synthetic ice is made from polymers that mimic the properties of real ice. While it doesn't feel exactly the same as real ice, it's a good substitute. Some say that the synthetic ice is a little slower than real ice and that skates get dull faster.
Okay, so it is, but is it still cold?
Polyglide ice offers the most natural ice feel, the least amount of skate blade wear and surface friction. I don't know.
I'm telling you, it's not ice. It's plastic.
But does it have to be cold?
No.
Really? So why do they just have ice rinks all year round then? What are we doing?
What are we waiting for?
I mean, I guess in global warming days, they probably will be playing hockey on it.
I don't even know.
It's probably really expensive. That's why the thing is the size of a baby pool.
Next you're gonna tell me that Santa Claus doesn't even deliver presents.
It's the trains.
Yeah.
Well, I did find out that Coca-Cola is the inventor of the modern Santa Claus.
Oh, really?
Yeah. The one that you think of, Kris Kringle.
Like American Santa Claus?
Like the red, white Santa Claus?
Yeah.
That's Coca-Cola.
Who was before that?
They had a St. Nicholas and they had a Kris Kringle and they merged them together. And the one guy was actually a thief that could dislocate his shoulders and slide down chimneys.
That's
but
way
at the same
cooler
time,
than Santa Claus.
He would clean your chimney because he's going up and down it. So people were like, okay. But yeah, he was a criminal. And so then they took St. Nick and meshed them together. And the problem was they weren't selling Coca-Cola in the winter. And so they wanted to find a way to advertise it in the winter. And so they invented Santa Claus.
Oh.
What?
Yeah. So how do we do a thing where we get the guy who dislocates his shoulder back in?
That dude's in a chimney somewhere, stuck.
I mean, that sounds like an X-Files Santa Claus or something like that.
I mean, Google the original dude, and he's scary looking because he's wearing all black because it's the chimney, and he's a thief, but he had a top hat.
We need to go back to
By the way, a top hat's is that like if you had a top hat, you're a criminal unless you're Abe Lincoln, right?
Like, I don't know.
Like a stovepipe hat?
Again, Willy Wonka did have a top hat too. That was another one.
Is he not a criminal?
Kind of was.
Like children sticking him in sticky situations?
Yeah, I guess so. But I feel like the Brothers Grimm, that kind of dark fairy tales, no one does that anymore.
I think they were good because they warned children of real life dangers in a softer way. Now they seem scary because we've softened our children. So much.
Now it's just people walk around with social media apps open. That's the Hansel and Gretel version. They're just trailing iPhones down the...
Follow the TikTok.
Yeah, follow the TikTok trends down the trail until you wind up in a witch's house.
So, yeah. Anyway, the
that's
weather.
A new one. You feel free to run with that.
Yeah, Megan, I'm surprised you haven't reeled this in yet, but we were talking about we were talking about the weather.
Yeah.
It's great running weather right now.
It is.
Like if it was like this all year round, I would be so happy. It's warm enough for shorts, but it's cold. Like I felt like even when I was doing some speed work this weekend, it was chilly enough that I like that feeling where you don't get over hot when you're running hard.
So what are you training for right now?
Life.
Doing workouts?
We're doing stuff to keep like leg turnover fast. So I'm doing like fart legs. I'm doing like, we're going to do a hill workout this week.
Okay.
But my mileage is great. Like I'm up like I like this mileage because it's not really a long run. Like 12 miles is my longest run.
Yeah.
Getting like 44 miles in a week. Wow. And it's just nice, easy, fun stuff.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
And you're enjoying running right now.
Loving it.
See, that's good.
And you don't have those weird injuries that you're
not broken?
Is your hamstring still doing stuff?
It's I'd say it's 85 to 90% there.
Okay.
Like today I had to drive the boys and of course it's like a hour and 22 minutes in the car.
Yeah.
By the time I was done, I was like, had my hand wedged up in between my hip and my leg and just like.
That was just
sure
scripted.
where that was happening.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know what you mean though. Getting that high hamstring tenderizer, meat tenderizer.
I also heard that you guys are joining a gym.
Oh yeah, I think so. I mean, I am. Are you doing it too?
I have an appointment tomorrow.
Oh, cool.
To talk. Yeah, I'm like, this is the new age. This is.
Are you guys gonna become hybrid athletes?
I think
That's what's happening?
Robbie and I.
Oh, maybe that's what's. I've been watching too much.
Well, I got Carl an electric bike to follow us around with a camera, so we should be good.
I will say, yeah. I mean, in Baltimore, that's fine. There's no rules here.
Literally
you
none.
will never get banned from anything in Baltimore.
Dude, sign up for a race with us and get trampled by Carl. We'll give you a T-shirt that says, I got run over by Carl.
Dude, I'm pretty sure you could drive go-karts on the Baltimore Running Festival.
1000%.
Actually, that's the one I got in trouble for. So I was there with permission to film because we were filming a guy doing the three marathons in 3 days,
Jordan
all under
Trove.
2:30. Yeah, Jordan Trove. And I had permission. I had like a press pass.
Yeah.
And so I'm riding up to of course, he's the first place person and there's nobody around him. And he was like first place by like a mile.
Yeah.
So they have bike pacers for the first person. So there's somebody on a radio who can. So I get up there and, I've got my camera and I'm following Jordan. He's like, hey, you can't do that. It's cheating. I'm like, cheating? He's like, you're creating a draft. I'm like, dude, I'm 10 feet in front of this guy. There's no way I'm creating it. But the bike guys get real territorial.
Okay.
You're right, man. I do cycle and I have friends that cycle. Like we do a Sunday ride. I haven't done it in like a year, but I love my friends that I ride my bikes with. And it's so much fun. But cyclists, I understand why they get such a bad rap. It's like an ego on wheels.
Yeah. What is that? Why is that? If you wear tight clothes, it gives you an ego?
I think you start to feel like a cop.
Yeah.
Like you got a uniform on.
I mean, I feel the same way. Even when I ride my bike in the city, I automatically hate everyone.
Yeah.
It's like you put a hate skin on or something.
When you're riding your bike?
Suit. Yeah, you just get, I think there's something.
Why did that guy stop?
I think there's this like me against them mentality because the cars are insane and annoying. So you're just like, I feel like angry at people. And then
pedestrians aren't paying attention.
And then cars are angry at you and then everyone is.
Well, I kind of get that. Like when I'm running, I'm always like angry at the cars that don't stop or roll through the stop sign. But then if I'm in the car driving, I'm like, you're an idiot. You should have been looking when you're walking across the street.
Exactly.
No, well, the one I get irrationally mad at though, in the mornings I'll be running on the path around the harbor, the promenade. And there'll be like 3 or 4 people wide walking. And I'm like, do you guys understand that this is not your entire
That is,
or they'll have their dog on a leash and the dog will be on one side. They'll be on there like creating a finish line tape.
Oh man, the other day this wasn't actually her fault. She was standing there talking to someone else and her dog was the whole way across the sidewalk on the leash. And I was like looking for traffic and ran, sprinted across. And I caught my, last second, it was at a foot off the ground and caught my foot on the leash, but didn't trip and fall. She apologized and it wasn't really anyone's fault, but I was real close to flattening my face on the pavement.
Okay, I'm not for abusing animals, of course, but if a little dog and they're not paying attention, do you think you should be able to punt it?
I think I've actually done that before.
No.
I mean, I think it's like if you're running and then you're just running and the dog runs in front, what are you going to do?
Also, why are you prefacing with a small dog?
Because they're like footballs.
Yeah,
you can't punt a lab.
Like in Anchorman?
Yeah. You ruined my bike.
I don't think you're allowed to stop and drop kick them off into the water, but
yeah. I don't know, man.
No, it is crazy though, because no one's paying attention. No one gets out of your way.
Well, what it is like, I also think about all the things in the universe that have to come together for, like, there'll be a half mile of nobody.
Oh, yeah.
And then all the things in the universe have to come together at one point where this person's walking, they know that person, they both have dogs, they're saying hello right as you're trying to go right past them. And of course, it's clear on either side. I'm like, that's insane.
Okay, no, but this brings up another good point that I like rarely run just on the promenade out and back. Like that's Thomas's run like all the time. Like I hate out and back. So I'm like going up to the park or whatever. I'm running on like the promenade maybe for a quarter of my run.
Right.
But I went on a run with Thomas the other day. And so we did the promenade and I realized why I hate it so much because that's where all the runners are. And without a doubt, you're going to be running at someone's pace and then you're going to be close to them. And then it's that awkward thing of like, do I just run behind you for 3 miles at like this weird pace or do I run hard past you?
Yeah.
I hate it.
Well, I have to say, there was a woman this morning, I was telling you about this. She ran past me and she was wearing the Grit 3/4 zip and she waved and I was like, I don't recognize, but it's dark out and you know me anyway. Like have trouble recognizing people. So she turns around. I guess that was as far out as she was going. She turns around. She's running past me on the way back, and she's kind of moving, but it's not like it looked like an effort pace. And I'm just watching her. I'm like, this person has the best form of running I've ever seen. Like, it was like perfectly symmetrical. Her feet, you know how like if you look at like you or me when our foot comes off the ground, it kind of does weird stuff.
Yeah.
Like hers, it was like, I was like, this person probably never gets injured. And I was like, would it be weird if I catch up to her and be like, hey, do you ever get injured? Or so I didn't want to be weird or anything, but like I had never seen anything like it.
Yeah, that is interesting.
Is it?
No, I was saying sorry. I mean, it's interesting for some of the people, I think.
I definitely think it would have been weird though if you just out of nowhere said, "Do you get injured often?"
Well, I felt like there was a couple things involved.
Are you a
like,
freak?
If I was watching a guy's form from behind and I said to him, "Hey, man, you've got great form," like.
Continue.
Also weird.
Continue.
Yeah, there's no right way to be like, "Oh, you really look like you're a solid runner."
Well, because what's the end goal of that conversation?
I don't know, maybe just some people getting more compliments.
Like an appreciation, like, hey, you're killing it.
Do you ever see that guy? I don't know, I'm in a weird Instagram algorithm, I think. And do you know the people who kind of just do pranks in public and stuff?
Oh, I love those.
Do you know the guy who goes to Walmart's and he goes up to just guys at Walmart and says, he's like, "Hey there, cutie patootie, you're looking real good." And he says, and he'll just go up to like normal dudes in Walmart. And you could tell some of them just are like actually happy to get a compliment.
Aww.
Like they're not like they're old guys, like in their 60s, and they're like, "Oh, thank
Somebody
you."
saw me.
Yeah. And I'm like, I feel like people should give out compliments more.
There's a guy on Instagram that does do that. He's like when he sees people on the street, he's like, he'll like find something about you. Like, remember I told you I liked your hat?
Yeah.
He just says something and he films himself saying like to him like, "Oh, you look like you're having a great day. What kind of coffee did you get?" And they're like, "Eh."
Yeah.
And like, "Hey, I like your jeans. That was cool. Like, those are cool. Where'd you get those?"
Yeah.
And you can just see the people smile and be
That's
like,
nice.
Yeah.
I feel like we should do that more.
I mean, how many times have you gotten a compliment and then told somebody, "Oh, I got a compliment on..."
Oh, it makes your day.
Yeah. I think one time your shoes, you were doing a shoe review and you're like, "I actually got a compliment on these. Someone said they look cool."
Yeah.
Okay, I think that we need to make a challenge.
Compliment challenge?
Yeah.
Okay. I like that.
On every run. If you see someone and you're close enough to compliment them, you have to do it.
Okay.
Oh.
I mean, in a not creepy way.
I don't know.
though.
I have the confidence to do that by myself. Like
Do you need a team with you?
I might need I might need
To
another
compliment someone?
Yeah, because
You could just say, "Hey, I like your shoes."
okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I would probably not like, "Yeah, you got a nice butt going on there." Don't do that. That's a little aggressive.
Yeah, that's awkward.
I think that's illegal. In
Yeah, that-
Well, I
most
would know
states.
someone was lying.
You
To
mean if
you?
someone said that to you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They'd be like, "You got a nice upper leg."
Yeah. I like that the guy that does that in Walmart though. I like it because it subverts what you think would happen. You would think these guys would be super pissed and be like, "You call me gay?"
You're telling me some of them aren't?
No, like it's great. It's shocking how many of them. Like some of them are a little bit like, "Dude, chill," but no one.
Dude, chill. Meet me out back.
Yeah,
I parked my RV in the
Well,
lot.
that's the funny thing is I feel like some of them are like are actually like that. But I don't know. And I just feel like people, should do more compliments. Anyways, we forgot to talk.
I had one of our friends. We were running it with the Bastards this weekend.
Yeah.
One of our friends I think he was kind of bragging about that he gets hit on by dudes.
Oh, who's it? Ryan Detter. Was it?
Bingo.
Thomas comes back from his run and he goes, "I never get hit on." I was like, "What?"
Well, Ryan was like, he gets notes slipped to him at bars. This time.
Really?
I got to the bottom of it. We figured out he's just getting
the check.
checks.
And they're probably like, "Have a nice day." He's like, "Oh man, another one." And he wants my money.
So they're complimenting him by making him pay for their bill. Nice.
Yeah.
That's one way to do it.
No, I'm saying the notes that he thinks they're getting slid
Oh, you're
are
saying
just his check.
or just the check. Yeah.
But no, I was like, Meg, I mean, I can't remember the last time I was out and,
But I also said that was part of the problem. You have to go out
Yeah, that is
Yeah.
true.
to get hit on.
Yeah.
Oh, the weirdest one was one time I was at a Salvation Army and tried to get picked up on by a guy. I was like, dude, I'm trying to look at used glass.
Vintage t-shirts.
Yeah, like used glassware.
Dude, that's like, I can't think of a
glassware.
word.
Actually, that's probably what it was.
You probably thought you were antiquing at Goodwill.
I think I was in the book section actually, but
Even nerd.
but it was one of those things where you're just like, oh, it's just a guy trying to be nice, and then you're like, oh, I'm good, dude.
All right, first check-in. And this whole check-ins are all going to be about you. I want to just check in with you, see how you're doing. I hope you're enjoying the show, but even more so, I hope you're enjoying this run. If you're out on a run, just swing those arms, feel those legs go. You know, I try to sometimes think like if there was music playing in my ears, just kind of loosen up, loosen those shoulders and those hips like you're dancing, and just let the miles go by.
All right, guys. LMNT is still a sponsor of this podcast, but for a limited time, they're offering their chocolate medley.
Ooh, that sounds pretty delicious.
You know, it's not like you're not going to put that in your bubbly water.
No.
You could.
Could you?
You
Okay.
could.
You want to heat it up, I think.
Yeah, some hot water with either the chocolate mint, the chocolate chai, or the chocolate raspberry.
I've heard it's pretty good in coffee too.
You could also put it in your coffee.
Okay.
Would you do it before your run?
Yeah.
Okay.
Some hot coffee, some chocolate medley.
I do like a mocha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All that good stuff. Also, our offer is still available. So you can go to LMNT.com/thedrop and get a free LMNT sample pack.
Do you know if the sample pack would have this chocolate in it?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
So go get them and enjoy.
Why would you go to the Goodwill to look at books when you could go to those little houses that people put up in neighborhoods?
Dude, the little libraries are always junk books. It's just the books nobody wants.
Yeah, I figured.
Yeah, but who bought them in the first place?
I don't know. It's like
You think there's just like
it's
a...
always self-help and chicken soup for the soul books or something.
Chicken soup.
You remember this?
Of course I do.
Okay, Carl's
That guy
young.
made a ton of money
Yeah.
off that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there was another one when I was really young that was Life's a Bowl of Cherries. Sometimes it's the Pits or something like that. I forget.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That was before my time.
Yeah, that was before Chicken Soup for the Soul. What's the modern one? What would be today's?
Do they
That's a
still
good
make those?
I bet they still make those.
Like how
I
to
don't
make
know.
friends and influence people or something?
I think it's
But there's got to be something even more modern than that.
I'm sure there's a Life is Good whole series
Section.
of books.
So, Carl, you go out a lot. Do you get hit on?
Oh, it's
What normally approaches you?
what normal?
Usually women.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Whoa, guys. Chicken soup for the soul went off the rails.
Oh, it's like chicken soup for the hacker or something. Hack for the.
Just
chicken chili
everything.
soup.
Tales of Christmas, me and my cat. Just say yes, me and my dog.
I thought it means no, not just say yes.
Or that could be the book
Oh,
for the people that are willing.
My wonderful wacky family, and it's just prairie dogs on the cover.
let me see that one.
Robbie's getting that for Christmas.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
There's 19 pages of these chicken soup books.
I would read all of them.
You know what? That would
All
be...
you need is love, and there's a heart in the sand.
I got to tell you, if you did
seems
an
nice.
Instagram channel just reading Chicken Soup for the Soul books and then posted a quote from each one each
Oh,
day.
you would do great.
yeah, you'd have a ton of followers.
This is one of those. I always think about this when people do Instagram content. I always think there's so many people who just do it just to be funny, and then they get stuck doing it for
Yeah.
way too long because it's successful. I'm like, if you could do that and it would be successful, and then you're just
You're in
spent
a
half
death
your
loop.
life, half of 2 years just posting chicken soup content.
And making little like Canva pictures of chicken soup.
Yeah, and then you're getting live, laugh, love stuff sent to your house every other day.
Yeah, people actually think you like it.
Yeah, for sure.
You helped me get through my divorce. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Do you ever listen to audiobooks when you run?
I don't listen to audiobooks at all.
Because you read books.
Yeah, although I haven't been great.
Do you
at
listen
reading
to
books
anything
either.
when you run?
Every once in a while, a podcast, but usually not.
No death metal or anything?
No, I
What
don't
if you're
ever
doing a
listen
workout?
to music. No.
Justin Hall sent me a band that is called BITR.
Oh, really?
And they were on stage playing like thrash metal, and they had a big BITR sign in the background.
Okay.
Not our BITR, but a BITR.
Can we sue them?
I can show you my story, City Set.
Just kidding. What were you gonna say, Meg? Did you have some more chicken soup stuff?
I was going down a rabbit hole. I think we have to move on from that, or I'll just talk about all of them.
I mean, we can pivot this podcast to be a chicken soup podcast.
I mean, we could, because there's at least 105 of them.
105. Wow.
That's at least, like, if you took that apart, you could literally do 3 years of content.
I mean, imagine eating that much chicken soup. You'd probably get sick of it.
This isn't the same author, right? Like, this has got to be like 1,000 people.
I think he has like a brand at this point.
Say that you take, because like you see all those people who put the stoic quotes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm sure that stuff's out of copyright. But
sure,
if you took something that's under copyright and you created a whole fan page for it and posted the quotes, wouldn't it technically be like copyright infringement?
I would think so, but I guess it depends.
Like, imagine if someone just went through our shoe reviews.
I guess it depends what's fair use or not. Yeah.
By the way, they already have a podcast.
They do have
Chicken Soup for the Soul podcast.
That doesn't
Very
surprise me at
creative.
all.
Who's it hosted by?
The lady, it is just one per Amy Newmark.
The thing is, chicken soup isn't even that. It's okay.
Her
but-
podcasts are 9 to 12 minutes long. So I'm not sure what we're getting out of those, other than some really good quotes.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll listen to them this week and come back and report.
Yeah. Let us know how it goes.
What you should do is put them on because that's one per mile for you. You could go see how many miles you could run for how many podcasts you could listen to.
Oh, how many chicken soup episodes? See if I can finish the entire series.
One long run, 150 miler.
And I'll be well nourished. I'll say that.
So you're not listening to music when you run. Mm-hmm. You're not listening every once in a while podcast.
Yeah.
But so you're not running with headphones.
Right. Yeah. Although what's funny is that on Saturday I did an 8-mile run and I put in those Bose earbuds. Best earbuds ever, by the way.
I can't find mine.
Oh, that's sad.
I know.
And I went on my run and I got to the end of my run and I was like, oh, what is it? Oh, I forgot I put them in. I had them on the whole time and didn't even start playing any.
So basically, they're just for fashion.
You were wearing earrings.
Yeah, basically. And I've been thinking about this a lot lately because everyone's walking around with AirPods in their ears and being antisocial and whatnot. And remember in the early 2000s when someone would wear a Bluetooth thing, you're like, that dude's a dick.
Yeah, like it looked like he was working at McDonald's.
Like you hated that person.
Yeah, that's true. Why did we hate them?
And now we're just like, yeah, we're all doing it.
I'm not doing that.
I don't usually.
I do.
Carl's a big fan.
It puts a barrier between you and the other person because if you talk to someone and they have those in their ear, you're like,
yeah.
Are you listening? Like, can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Well, now the flight attendants make you take a headphone out when they're like talking.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I think, but remember that though, when you I couldn't stand those people that would wear because one Bluetooth thing.
It was kind of like a BMW starched dress shirt, kind of like,
yeah.
I'm so important that I need to be available for phone calls at any second.
And it was when someone was talking in public, it seemed insane.
Yeah, legit.
And now it's completely, we just given up.
It is. I still find it weird when I'm like running or something. I see someone just talking. It appears they're talking to themselves, and you realize, they're probably
on the phone.
Yeah, on a headset or something. But
one of my favorite Curb Your Enthusiasm episodes is when he's in a restaurant. There's a guy who's like talking on his Bluetooth next to him. So then he just starts, he doesn't have anything in his ear nor he's on the phone. And he's waiting for his friend to arrive. And he just starts talking at the same tone of voice just to annoy the guy. The guy gets so pissed off and he's like, I'm just doing the same thing you're doing.
Have you ever used your phone, like put your phone up to your ear so that it looked like you were talking so that you could avoid talking to people?
Oh yeah. You can even do that with, if you could just do that with anything and people won't even notice. You could just take a pen and put up to your ear and talk for 15 minutes and nobody even knows.
There was one time I had to get through a little section and it was like at a networking event or something. I was like, I don't want to talk to any of these people. I just put my phone on, just walk right through and then wave at people. Hey, how's it going?
Yeah, that's a good way to do it.
Hey, speaking of,
I need to do that at TRE actually. Thanks for reminding me.
You can't do that. You have to talk to everyone at TRE. All the shoe people.
Yeah. We never said, we said we were doing strength training, but we never really said what we were doing.
Yeah, what are you doing?
Okay. I was thinking about this maybe for motivation.
Yeah.
Maybe we can do it together.
Okay.
I was saying we take a picture each month.
Robbie's out.
Can we Photoshop things?
Yeah, at the end.
Just use the same photo, but Photoshop it a little differently every week.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm willing to put myself out there that much.
Well, here's what I'm thinking. Like at first I was like, I don't think I want the start ones to be out there, like in the beginning. So I was thinking we could take the picture, but then
Don't share it until you
don't
have the
share it
new
until
body.
we have the glory.
Oh yeah, there's no way I would share something without the end result. That's crazy talk.
Yeah, because if you fail, I mean, but like I did the push-ups for a year, and I don't know that there's that much difference.
So
I
this
mean,
gym,
push-ups are, it keeps you in.
Okay, but hold on. I was assuming that this gym was to enhance performance of running or other ways, but we're talking this is for aesthetics?
Well, no, I think it is. I mean, for me, it's running. That's kind of the.
Sounds like this guy's
Well,
going for something else.
I think it's an all-encompassing. It's a holistic, yeah. Where or getting older, you want to keep the muscle mass a little bit. Apparently, sitting in a desk chair all day doesn't do that.
unfortunate.
Oddly enough,
I want to look good, feel good, and be able to run well. And if that means that I'm irresistibly handsome, then I'll go with that too.
And you start getting notes when you go out.
Yeah, I want to start getting them bills.
yeah.
Technology we were talking about, and I wanted to talk about your ring because I talked about mine, which is no longer. It's lost in an abyss somewhere, but now you have one.
Yes.
What do you think of it?
I mean, I don't. It's
the Ultra Human Air Ring is what it's called.
Yes. So far, it's telling me the same stuff my watch tells me. Now, the only thing I could think is if you wanted to buy me a gift of a very nice watch, I wouldn't need to wear my Coros all the time.
Well, no, that doesn't track. That doesn't do workouts and stuff.
No, but I put this on for workout. This
Yeah.
tracks the sleep. It tracks some other stuff. It tells me I'm younger than my age.
Clearly.
Okay, so
Clearly
really
worth
diving
it.
into the data there.
So here's the thing. I
Tells me.
I like the
Did it
ring.
say it tells you your age?
It says that I'm younger than my age.
No,
Oh, you
it-
just
it-
look at a calendar.
It gives you your what is it
Cardio
called?
age.
Cardio age.
Oh, okay.
Which I'm
You know how like when you do Inside Tracker, it tells you your what is it they call that? Your
biological age.
Anti-biological?
I don't know.
Chronological?
Your
No,
insides.
chronological is the one that you like.
That's your actual age.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's based on your blood.
Cryptological. Like
Sure.
a fake, like a legend, a fairy tale age.
Yeah.
Fictional age.
Dude, there's no way there's any science behind that.
No, there is. It's the way
I think it's
that your
based
body
off like
functions.
your VO2 max and like the average, all that stuff.
Who's
together.
the base? What is the baseline person that they're basing this age off of? It's
You.
a perfect.
I think what they do is the average. If you were 30,
Yeah.
what's the average of a 30-year-old? What is the average
Yeah.
capacity for blood flow, heart rate, VO2 max? And then they take the 40 and the 41 and stuff, and they extrapolate from there.
That is correct.
So for me, here's
All right.
here's the problem. I like having this. I like it tracking the sleep, and I like having a ring.
Yeah.
One ring to rule them all. And I would like it paired with, if I had a nicer watch that I would wear, that so I could take this off after I'm doing exercise, put on like a nice watch.
That just feels like more chances of losing stuff.
Yeah. I'm trying to.
declutter.
I think I'm done with the charging things. I'm
Right?
like, get me. The more charging stuff we get, I'm like even that e-bike. I was like, I don't even want this. I don't even want to charge it. I hate to say it, but that coffee mug that we got, while nice, there's no way I'm charging a coffee mug. That's crazy. Like it's just.
I will be back
it's
on
too
that
much.
as soon as it gets cold.
But I
Like-
have the coffee, the $20 thermos that I have off of Amazon or Thermos brand. It keeps my coffee hot for the same amount of time.
No chance. That heated thing had a perfect temperature and it lasted forever.
Sometimes you put it in those thermos things,
dude,
and it's boiling hot, and it's like too hot. This thing keeps it at like the right temperature.
You just gotta, whatever. I'm not gonna debate this.
I agree with you with the charging things, and here's the thing I hate. I hate that everything has its own charger,
or its own app.
Like I will say, I love my Cora stuff, but like for the heart rate monitor, you got like a different charging thing than for the watch.
The new Pace Pro has a new
charger for it. So it's like, and the other day I was in a panic because I couldn't find that little keychain with the thing that you put to it. And we have drawers of stuff that looks like we have spaghetti in a drawer because so many cords.
Yeah, I mean, everyone has the box in their basement of full cords. That's for some reason I can't throw out. It's like I have more attachment to that than I do my kids. Like my kids go missing for a couple hours. I'm like, oh, they'll come back. If that cord box goes missing, I feel like I lost a part of my life.
Okay, what is the craziest feeling though is when you're looking for a specific cord and you swear you know what drawer it would be in, and you go around and then you have to go through the entire house to try to find it. And you're like, where else could I put it? Maybe it's in the car. Maybe it's in the, like, I will go through it like I can't rest until I find that cord.
I mean, is it something that you need like to charge your phone, or is it?
It could be to charge a phone, charge a camera, charge it. Whatever. Everything's charged. I was telling Megan, I think the future is no cords. Like someday we will walk around and our stuff will somehow.
Well, it is. It isn't. It isn't. There are some physics limitations to that.
You know that photons change by being observed.
But what is, like if you just look at them out the corner of your eye?
Anything. Yeah, you could set up a camera and a photon knows it and changes its behavior. So they did this test and they had photons shot through a crack, and it has a specific grouping.
I remember this, yeah.
Then two cracks, specific grouping. But if you put an observer on it, it acted different and acted
surveillance state.
Yeah. So that's what they're saying. So that, you know how like in a video game, nothing exists until you observe it?
Oh, like that tree falling in a wood? Like that kind of thing?
Yeah.
Does it make a sound?
Yeah. All this to get back to, Megan, do you run with music?
What
I don't like
is that segue?
Wait, the photo. Okay, I'm trying to think.
Also, I think on my run today, I was thinking that gravity is the most dominant thing in the universe.
Yeah,
and that perhaps our souls are like, you know how it can bend light and everything like that. Maybe we're traveling through like this stream of consciousness out in space, but the gravity of Earth sucks us down into like into people.
I can get on board with that. I love when we talk about this stuff, and scientists who actually listen to this podcast are just like
so
punching
angry.
the air right now.
So mad.
They're burning calories, so we're doing our job.
But I will say it is crazy because Tesla had already invented a lot of this stuff, like the wireless charging. He had invented that, 100 years ago.
They had to silence him.
And I mean, he even had this tower that was built that extended over miles because he wanted to do wireless charging at scale. And it worked, but it was just drew so much power that it was hard to maintain. But it's crazy that he actually figured it out, and we've done nothing with it.
Well, the other crazy thing is they're talking about Skylink with Tesla. I mean, with Elon Musk, Starlink, yeah. And they're like, we ran all this copper wire and all this stuff all over the earth to these networks, and it's pretty much going to be
pointless.
Yeah, pointless. And they're like, they think that that's going to be the largest subscription thing on earth. Right now, Netflix has some crazy subscription number, but it's like, this is going to dwarf it.
Wow. So you're saying, oh man, meth heads are going to go nuts when Starlink's up. They're just going to be tearing up the ground looking for that copper wire.
Yeah, but it's not worth anything now. What are you going to do with it?
I don't know. Maybe pennies will come back in action. Maybe they'll have
that'll be the new Bitcoin. Will be pennies.
Yeah.
All right, second check-in. We're still here. We're still going. You're doing great. I don't know what's going on with you. I hope your shoe feels good under your feet. The ground is moving. The cooler temps are giving you that nice air conditioning as you run. Maybe you're running at this point and there's a little bit of sweat, but it's just that perfect amount where you're running. It feels cool. You got a little glisten going, but you feel great. So keep it going.
All right, guys, another sponsor of this podcast, one of our favorites, CHERIBUNDI, now available in gummy form.
Why would I take CHERIBUNDI, Meg?
It helps with recovery. It helps with sleep.
It's delicious.
Now they come in gummy form and are very delicious.
Yeah, it's kind of like a treat.
You just snack on them all day long.
It's a treat that is good for you.
Yeah.
We have jars of them at home, and I've been taking them before bed, which I've tried to use instead of taking my melatonin, which has been working so far. But also, if you want to just try them out right now, they have the sample 4-packs of the gummies.
Where would I get those?
At thefeed.com.
So they got everything over there.
Our discount won't work on thefeed.com, but you could just get the little sample pack. And then if you really like them, then you can go to cheribundi.com, get the big jar of them, and use our code, the drop, for 20% off.
Speaking of Bitcoin, man, $85,000 the other day per Bitcoin.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Here's the thing, though. Bitcoin's up 100% this year, but so is ON. If you bought ON stock a year ago, it'd be up 100%. Same thing.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
They're both up 100% in the last year. It's the same exact thing. If you just
Did you buy ON stock?
Can't say on this podcast.
That's crazy.
There might be a little bit.
But I will say I have stock in some running companies.
Yeah, unfortunately, we don't get any insider info.
No, we get
and running
zero.
and running shoes do nothing for
As
the
a matter of
overall
fact,
sales.
most of my stocks in running shoe companies have gone down.
Yeah, it turns out I'm not really good.
I was like, Baltimore's got a running company, Under Armour. I'll buy that.
I will say one of my biggest regrets is
Regrets.
like 7 years ago, you knew Hoka was gonna do all right. Like they were coming up big.
It's tough.
And Deckers has like 4 brands in their portfolio, and they're up 1,000% over the last 6 years. So
That would have been a good one.
That would have been nice.
But it also can be very finicky.
Yeah, it can be.
Yeah.
But yeah. But you never know. Speaking of companies and stocks and stuff, so I found out that there's a huge litigation going on between.
Wait, should we tell people that they should not? We are not a financial podcast, and we have
something Pacific.
If anyone thought that, they are
I know
absolutely insane.
I told you. I think I told them last week to invest in Legos.
Yeah,
that's not a bad idea, though.
If you are taking
and
financial
you didn't mean
advice,
buy stock, you meant just buy Legos and hold on to them.
But
buy those the Wicked dolls that have the Wicked.com.
Did you hear about this?
Oh, the Mattel ones. Yeah.
Did you hear the?
Yeah.
Okay.
The porn site on the Mattel dolls.
Jeez Louise.
Carl bought both of them.
Yeah.
The Glenda and the green one.
Carl was like, I knew that. I knew what was happening.
I could have told you where Wicked.com went.
Yeah.
He's like, but I don't see the dolls on the site.
So Brooks and Puma have been in this heated litigation for the last couple years. I'm never saying that. And they apparently Puma is suing Brooks for using the word nitrogen or nitro in their stuff. Like, so it'll be like the Glycerin 21 with a nitro foam.
Yeah.
Or whatever they say. But everyone knows it's because it's nitrogen in the nitrogen infused midsoles.
What do they call it though? What is the foam called?
I mean, it's the DNA law.
DNA nitro?
Or I can't remember where they use nitro.
How many people put plus or X?
Right.
Or,
exactly.
Ahead.
So they're going hard at Brooks, and they told them that they had a week to destroy all their glycerin inventory, or else they were gonna sue them for it. So, by the way, when you think about companies being eco-friendly, when you go behind the scenes and you have somebody saying, "Oh, you got to destroy your entire inventory because you used the word nitro in it," that's insane.
Well, so when I worked,
and petty, by the way.
Wait, Brooks said that to Puma?
No, Puma said that to Brooks. And now Brooks is countersuing them because they said they put an undue burden on their sales of their glycerin.
And they said they only run happy.
Run litigiously.
I mean, technically Puma started the fight, so Brooks is going to do what they're going to do.
Here's the crazy thing about that. So when I was working at a screen printer, there's, they did like novelty shirts and stuff like that. And there's a there's a lot of counterfeit and t-shirt stuff. Like people would throw a Nike swoosh on stuff or whatever. And basically what happens is the first step is they're like a cease and desist, and that you're supposed to either destroy all remaining like t-shirts or whatever like that. I mean, they usually end up getting shipped off to like Africa or something like that.
Right.
But they're supposed to destroy it, and then they are supposed to take a look at your books and all your sales. They can take all the income that you made off the sales. So that it does make sense for them to say, hey, stop, destroy, and compensate is pretty much the playbook.
Oh, I get it, but it's still like when you hear that, the eco-friendly claims of all these companies is all window dressing and
Also,
for what goes on behind the scenes.
honestly, the crazy thing would be is like, hey, you got to take the nitro off of that. Man, some guy sitting in a warehouse scrubbing the paint.
Well, and that one seems honestly a bit frivolous. There are things where, like, I've seen Skechers. Whenever Skechers gets sued, I'm like, yeah, you deserve to get sued.
Yeah, it's like they make the Samba, but with 2 stripes.
Yeah.
Or 4 stripes.
Yeah.
I mean, all over the Brooks website, it just says nitrogen infused DNA loft, nitrogen infused flash.
That's the weird and I think that's what it is, which makes no sense because so many companies.
Well, it's also an
nitrogen
ingredient. You can't own a scientific ingredient, can you?
Right. And I can't remember why specifically is the Glycerin 21. They also are suing them for an outsole design, which is like kind of crazy because Puma just started making running shoes like 2 years ago.
They've been making them longer than that, but they just the
Real running shoes?
resurgence of Puma. I used to love the Puma Foss collection,
Yeah, I remember that.
and I ran the Baltimore Marathon, one of those. I loved it, and that's the thing. They had decent shoes, but then they went nuts and they tried to do all these weird things. Like they did the one shoe that was decoupled back then, which is kind of crazy because you look at the Fast R now, but they did a decoupled shoe that had cords, like elastic cords. So imagine like a bungee system.
Yeah.
That was supposed to, as you landed, as the shoe spread apart, the cords were supposed to spring the shoe back together and give you like a lift off your feet.
I could invest in that.
The materials weren't right.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, it was a little heavy and stuff like that.
See, that's me. Yeah. I could invest in that, and you find out everything
trash.
sucks about it.
Be like, look, I got 20 pairs of them in my garage. You should try them. They're great.
I mean, I would have you invested in? Are you a minority investor in Jazzercise yet, or is that still?
No,
are you still on the Jazzercise?
I still partake, and I
guess you're hiding it from me because I haven't seen it in a long time.
Well, I knew that it was something that turned you off, so I do it in private.
He sneaks out while you're
In
sleeping.
the closet.
There's a bunch of stuff I
sleeping.
do when you're not in the house.
God.
I got a whole regimen.
He goes to the Jazzercise room.
Dan, I'm going to take you to the gym with me. I'm going to lift heavy and Jazzercise.
If you bring that to the gym, you have to create content.
You should ask them if they've ever heard of it and incorporate it into
Or I'll
their,
be like, "Where's your Jazzercise machine?
When you go to your
I've
application
been
or
doing
whatever
it.
the process is tomorrow,
Do you work out? Yeah, I Jazzercise all the time.
5 days a week.
No, you don't do it every day.
yeah. You got to allow
Every
time
other
to
day.
recover.
Yeah, you need to. You need to take that CHERIBUNDI, let it come down.
Yeah.
Take some creatine, get that jaw really lined up.
Yeah. Wow.
Oh yeah, if you kind of like how you instead of rubbing cocaine on your gums, you rub creatine to get your jaws
Wait a second.
jacked up.
Who's rubbing cocaine on your teeth?
Oh, I don't know. No one that I know.
Robbie's times have been getting faster.
I'm just saying, if you need a little bump to get that PR in the beginning of a race,
Yeah.
why not? Dude, there's some people doing that though.
You think using drugs to enhance their performance?
1,000%.
Wait,
No,
you
like-
guys think that people actually take drugs to enhance their performance?
I mean, like cocaine, straight up.
do they test for that?
That's a good question. I don't know if they even do anymore.
Yes, they do.
Oh,
Yeah.
they have a full panel,
Yeah.
blood panel.
I think if you test positive for cocaine in your system, that's going to be a red flag.
Just a red flag, though, not like a disqualification.
Yeah, they'll probably just say next
Be like,
time.
let's check him for more stuff.
What about those gas station drugs like kratom and stuff? Do they test for those?
I don't even know what that is. I started seeing that about a year ago.
Oh, okay.
What is it?
Um,
And I thought it was Kraton.
or kratom, depends how you say it.
I don't know.
So have you ever done it? Yeah,
All right.
Carl has.
Carl, what is it?
So it's it's like creates like opioid like effects, but it's not an opioid. Yeah.
Yeah, it tastes disgusting.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Carl said it tastes disgusting
and gives him bad GI distress.
Yeah. Well, so
That and the
does
Taco Bell.
Yeah, I was gonna say so does half the stuff I eat.
or anything you get from the gas station.
So you're describing Morton gels.
Yeah. Is Morton Gels Kraton?
Maybe it is. I didn't even think about that.
That's amazing.
But yeah, you can buy it just wherever. And
What is it like? What is the effect that you're going to get?
so it's like a opioid-ish like effect, but it's not an opioid. And
The only time I've taken an opioid is when I had like a tooth extracted.
yeah,
So I like the feeling was like,
yeah, like a painkiller high.
and you can just get this?
Yeah, for now, I imagine it sooner or later it'll be banned. Because they did do
I'll bet you they're going to be selling it next door.
for sure.
I'm in this loop on Instagram that's like,
The Kraton loop?
no, it's like, want to quit drinking, and then there's like all these alternatives and
Mushroom stuff.
mushroom
Ain't it?
and cannabis,
Cannabinoid.
yeah, whatever it is.
Ooh, cannabinoid.
Drinks are now a thing.
Okay, yeah.
Has anyone tried these?
I don't want to drink cannabis.
Yeah, well, the yeah, Carl has some in Chicago. But Carl basically tries all it's not even the black market stuff, the gray market stuff.
You know what Carl reminds me of? Like when you used to do testing for stuff? Like Carl is that person.
Yeah.
Just, there's no doctors involved.
yeah. What was it? Oh, the mushroom.
Lion's mane.
We just had to tackle a lion and cut their hair off for that?
No, that's the mushroom.
Oh, that's the mushroom they use?
Yeah.
So remember that Mudwater company sent us some stuff back in the day?
Yeah, but I don't think that was a psychedelic stuff.
Oh, is lion's mane psychedelic?
Yeah,
It is?
that's what they claim. No, what
Carl
is it?
says no.
Carl knows.
I like how Carl's our official Urban Dictionary or whatever.
That's not it.
This, their marketing says that it's the experience you've been waiting for. Each sip is your ticket to bliss wherever and whenever.
I like bliss.
I mean,
I'll tell you. You guys have good loops. I'm in one of large people going to Disney and telling you if they can fit on the rides,
wow.
and what they ate the whole day.
I was in that for a while just because you're in it, but wow. I feel like you've reached the end of Instagram, dude.
Dude, I love it. And like I really pay attention too. They're like, this one has a step down. There's an over the shoulder harness, but it fit just fine.
It's crazy that you're getting and taking in all that information that is of no use to you in any way.
That's why he's still getting them, because he's engaged.
Oh,
and they know he's watching it and taking notes.
I love it so much. I know everything you can eat in Disney too.
I mean, that's actually kind of good to know.
Yeah.
That is the end of Instagram, though. Like there's nowhere to go from there.
I just saw this.
A dog's being afraid of cats was pretty good.
Yeah, that was on my feed.
At one point, I just saw a reel of this woman just throwing a ball in the air, and that was it.
Nothing
How
happened.
long did you watch?
It was like 30 seconds long, and I was like,
Mesmerized?
yeah, and I think that was the end of. Like, you can't get worse than that.
Yeah.
She's just in her driveway.
And it has like 3 million views.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And all the comments are like, well, we made it, guys.
I love the comments on some stuff. I'll be like, why is this a popular video? And then I read the comments and I'm like, oh, this is a good post just for the comments.
Yeah, I think that's mostly what people are into now, just comments, not even the real actual
It's funny.
content.
Are you starting to see posts where they put the comments in the post?
Oh, yeah. Oh, man, what a mess. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Meg, you listen to music when you run.
We keep going back there. I do listen to music when I run.
What do you normally listen to?
I like to use my day list on Spotify, which is like the
How do you
playlist
spell
they
day?
make for you. DAIYE.
Okay.
wait, what?
Just kidding. It's from Zoolander.
Oh, that's right.
Day list, though, is just a Spotify playlist they make based on what you've listened to. Which recently has been a lot of country, which is kind of too slow for me when I'm running.
I feel like those don't work though because they get into like a loop.
Yeah, because you keep listening to them and then they just play the same stuff.
Same stuff, yeah.
Also, Two Friends is like my go-to.
Yeah.
Their
Robbie, have you
mixes.
heard of Two Friends?
I don't think so.
It's like music for people who like Adderall.
Oh,
It's a DJ mix.
okay.
But they
Yeah.
play like a song for 2 seconds.
No, it's like 20 to 30 seconds. Also, they do a good job of mixing them together.
Oh, so they do like,
It's like a playlist.
oh,
Like a
but they,
DJ's.
it's not just one song cut.
No, it's
they're
like
mixing
blended
it.
in
Okay.
together, yeah.
Gotcha.
The fun thing is like you hear a familiar song, so like you'll hear the Mr. Bright Eyes like
So it's like
start and
kinda-
then it kicks into like another song.
So it's kind of what Girl Talk did back in the day.
I don't know about that.
He was like a DJ from Pittsburgh, but he would do basically that what you're talking about.
Sounds
Take
right.
clips, probably 15, 20-second clips and blend them all of all kinds of different types of music.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, country to hip hop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. But anyways, that's cool. That actually sounds kind of fun.
And
I'd
I've
be into
been
that.
wearing exclusively the Novablast 5 and Nike Zoom Fly 6.
Yeah, which I guess we could talk about.
That is what
Yeah.
I've been listening to too.
Listening to or wearing?
Wearing and listening to.
Which one's louder?
I would say the Nike's louder by
Yeah.
far.
I think so too. So this morning I actually wore one pair of Novablast 4 and one pair of Novablast 5.
No, you didn't wear a pair. You wore one shoe.
Oh, correct.
And so on each foot, and I didn't think she was going to do it. I thought she was just testing it out, walking around the house. I'm like, you going to go out and run? And she ran 8 miles with one Novablast 4 on her right foot and Novablast 5 on her left foot.
I mean, I wanted to know the difference.
And what was the conclusion?
The new foam in the version 5, I think, is better. It's a little bit softer, more bouncy, a little bit more resilient. The fit of version 5 feels a little bit sloppy to me. It's
Which
a little
is-
roomy. It's not terrible. I have a wider foot, so it's pretty okay. But the lockdown and snugness of V4 was better, with the exception of there was one hot spot on my foot, which I felt again when I put it back on.
I 100% like the V4 upper better than the V5.
I haven't tried the V4 recently, but I think you're right.
I mean, take a look at it, Robbie. You've got a knit upper. This one has pretty good structure. And I felt like the lockdown on the foot was pretty good. And then you take a look at the double jacquard upper of this one. And you can see I have to cinch it up real tight here in the center just to get a
It's
good
a
fit.
very wide toe box.
Yeah.
And also the heel isn't like, it just doesn't wrap around the foot quite like the 4 did.
Yeah, I think that's true.
I would agree. I enjoy the foam. I think the foam is nice.
I think it feels like an upgrade.
The whole shoe or just the
The
foam?
bottom part,
Yeah.
the midsole.
Yeah.
And I'd even say that I know the same rubber compound.
Yeah, Robbie, it's the same rubber.
Yeah. I'm aware.
Get it right.
Apparently somebody in Australia I saw someone do a post. They're like, apparently somebody got an early edition in Australia that had the AHAR Plus rubber or something like that.
Okay.
I don't know. They were trying to say, but no, what is the name of the rubber?
AHAR low.
AHAR Low.
AHAR plus is the good one. AHAR low is the sus one. Because
Maybe.
apparently,
I thought the traction was really good.
you didn't run yesterday in the rain, did you?
No.
Yeah. It's not. It's like, it's not the worst, but it's not.
The best.
Yeah, especially
Okay.
in the rain. Like I ran in it after it rained and it was a little dicey.
Well, what do you think of the upper? Because you're kind of in between.
What's
Meg and
weird is that I didn't have that much of an issue with mine, but I'm on the lower end of sizing, so things are hit or miss. It doesn't always align with what you think. And I did feel like did seem a little bit of, I don't know. I guess the
lateral
other one doesn't.
play.
Yeah, I don't know. But I took it on a 8-mile progression run on Saturday, and it was, I hit my paces pretty easily. It felt a little soft.
Yeah, that's a soft shoe for a speed workout.
Yeah, but so that's why I was a little bit surprised because
So
it did feel a little bit working against it, but I also had no problem hitting my paces, which
But that's
my legs have felt dead since Chicago.
That's a question though. Do you think that the shoe you hitting your paces, your fitness plays a role in how we review a shoe?
Yeah, I don't think I didn't feel like I've had fitness in some time, but I mean, I obviously I do.
Cooler temps.
Yeah, it was 60 degrees out that day.
We were just talking about they're not cooler.
But
I mean, they're cool in the summer.
I don't know. I did feel it was more comfortable. I feel like here's how I position it. Maybe I feel like the Novablast 5 is good for everything, but good maybe for now longer runs, maybe more chill miles. This I felt was a little bit more. You could go faster. I mean, feels faster underfoot, a little more firm.
Yeah, I would agree.
But I think the new one weighs less. I think a little bit less.
Yeah, the scale's out there. Do we want to grab it?
I don't know. It's one of those things where I'm like, at the same time, at $140, pretty good.
At 140, I think it's a good
solid shoe.
If we were doing a between two shoes, there's another shoe that I think I would go with that's $10 more.
Yeah, and what do you feel like 4 and the 5? There's that much difference though.
No, Thomas and I were saying like if the 4 is on sale,
yeah,
probably
that's
would tell
what
you
I
to
was
go
thinking.
that direction.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I would take advantage of if the 4 goes on sale. I would just snack that, get as many of those. If you like the shoe, get that. Final check in. We're still out here. You're almost done, maybe. Feeling good. Heart is pumping. Put in a good effort. You're probably ready for this run to be over. So just keep those strides going. Finish up. Hit that watch when it stops, and then let it upload to Strava and feel all the glory. Have a good week.
All right, it is time to talk about another one of our sponsors, LAGOON Pillows.
Yes, LAGOON.
Sorry, I was sleeping over here. What did you say?
On your LAGOON pillow?
I was. My head it's like perfectly comfortable.
Yeah,
Keeps
so
my head cool.
What's super exciting, you guys have probably heard us talk about LAGOON a bunch if you listen to this podcast, but they are having a huge Black Friday sale. And yes, I know it is not Black Friday yet, but it's starting early.
Of course.
Because why not?
Yeah.
So if you use the code BELIEVE between now and December 2nd, you get $25 off any LAGOON pillow.
Oh, that's a good sale.
Yeah, don't sleep on it.
So yeah, go to their website, go take your quiz, find out what the pillow is the best one for you, and use the code BELIEVE to save a bunch of money.
I mean, I think it's $140 is a pretty solid daily trainer
Yeah,
though.
for sure.
Definitely. It's got I feel it's like a more premium foam. I think it's a good this color combo isn't my favorite,
Yeah,
but I
that
think
color
it's
combo is trash.
good looking.
People love it.
I know.
Some people love it.
I don't like it.
But
What do you wear with that?
Yeah, I was struggling
That clashes
with that.
with a lot.
The bandit New York City running gear drop.
There you go.
yeah.
All right, well, so anyways, the Nike Zoom Fly 6.
Yeah. So this is exciting to me because ever since the original one, when this came out,
If
this
you're watching
was-
on YouTube, he has the original one in his hands.
I'm holding the very first one. This came out, and this was supposed to be the more accessible Vaporfly. This was going to be the everyman Vaporfly. So it's I think it has a plastic plate in this original one, but this foam was like feel it. It's a brick, and I just hated it, and I wanted to love it so much. The upper looks just like the Vaporfly looked. It was one of those shoes I think that people who couldn't, because remember how tough it was to get the Vaporfly?
Yeah.
If you couldn't get
Yeah.
it, a lot of people were grabbing this, and they were excited to grab this because they hadn't felt the Vaporfly.
Right.
So you had people saying, oh, it's good. But this thing, feel that midsole, Meg.
Yeah, that's a dense brick.
Yeah, and it just didn't feel good. And everyone after that, I was just like, it always looked good. It always looked great. It looked like a racing shoe, but they were never came through with like that feeling of like
It never felt like the companion to the race day shoe.
right. And it just chunky. And so finally we got here the 6 that has a combination of Zoom X and SRO2 foam, which I thought that was, again, we're going to see kind of like that affect the performance and the feel of the shoe. It does have a carbon fly plate in it and a really nice upper. Meg, you've been running in this. We both did long runs in this, or longish runs. Mine was like 12 miles. And
I haven't done more than 8 miles.
oh, I thought you'd done a
I don't think.
Saturday run. All right. So I went up to 12 in it with some speed work in the 12, and I also have done like several 6 to 8 mile runs in it. And I got to tell you, I really, really like this shoe.
Yeah, it was the first shoe I wore after the New York City Marathon, so like my legs were pretty tired. So I felt like my first run in it wasn't really fair for the shoe. But I've since run several more miles in it, and I do like it. It's definitely the best version of the Zoom Fly, in my opinion. Obviously, there's more of the EVA than the Zoom X underfoot, so you aren't getting that like bouncy race day feel per se, but it feels like a true super trainer, like a companion to the race day shoe. I mean, It's like the Hoka Mach X, where you have the race day foam, a plate, and then some EVA underneath.
That is very similar, but like for a use case, I'd probably use this like I use a Super Blast. Like, to me, it's that good, and I really enjoyed running in this one. Mine for a size 10.5 was 9.5 ounces, which is a little heavier, but I don't know, it just rolls. I felt like it does have that feeling like you're a similar geometry as the Alpha Fly, where I just really liked running in this shoe.
Yeah, and the upper is really, really nice. I feel like specifically with Nike race day shoes, a lot of the time you're like just dealing with the upper because the bottom unit is so great. But this is a case where it feels like a daily trainer. Like you get a really nice lockdown. There's some padding around the collar and heel, and it just feels it's comfortable.
Yeah, it has that like not even gusset, but almost like a sock like tongue inlay. I did find that depending on the socks I was wearing, I would get a little bit of heel lift in this one. But it didn't bother me. I really, I really enjoyed running in this one. Like, I thought it handles the reason why I say like a Super Blast, it handles like those easy paces. Like if I was running just relaxed paces and not trying to push it. And then when I would like pick it up for the speed intervals or whatever, it kind of came alive and you could feel the plate and you could feel that extra energy coming off of it.
I like to go back. We should do it like a segment. How do you remember a shoe versus what you wrote about a shoe?
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't remember let me ask you. I put up the original Zoom Fly review. So what do you remember thinking about the shoe?
I remember at the time, like it looks so similar. I even did a video. It's probably our most watched video.
Actually, I think it is. Yeah.
Between the two. And I remember at the time just being kind of disappointed, wanting it to work, but it wasn't working.
I believe that's correct. What did you think of it, Megan?
I don't even remember.
Really?
Yeah. I probably thought it was
How many years ago was this? 2000?
Dude, I can't remember what I did last week.
This is 2017.
2017.
Yeah.
Wow.
Meg said, I put exactly 26 miles on these shoes and I'm not sure I will ever wear them again.
Yeah.
I was expecting to love this shoe, but it totally missed the mark for me.
There you go.
You said it destroyed your feet on a 20-mile long run out of the box.
That makes sense.
And then Thomas said, you put over 30 miles in it. You wish that this was the version of the Vaporfly 4% that I hoped it would be. It lacks the soft landing and pop you get on the 4%. It also has a carbon-infused nylon plate.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Interesting. And so do you know how much the new one is? 170?
Yeah, it's 170.
So the original was 150. So if you think about that, 7 years ago.
Yeah, that's not too bad.
Yeah.
It's weird that 2017 is 7 years ago.
Yeah. Almost 8.
Yeah. I mean, this shoe feels to me like forever ago.
Right.
Yeah, the technology advancements are crazy.
Like COVID-19 was only 2 years after that.
That's how that works.
Wait, is that for real?
Yeah, think about that. Which is
That is true.
which so much changed. So we went from working in the quarry.
Was it really 2019?
Yeah,
It was.
We went from work. That's why it's called COVID-19. That we went from working in Quarry Lake to working in the shared
office
space.
Yeah. To here.
To here in that time frame.
And they made a lot better foams in that time frame.
Yeah. Yeah, this shoe was a big disappointment. I just was like, and you have to understand at the time, I think, was the Vaporfly $200 or $250 at that time?
It was always, it went out at $250, didn't
All
it?
right,
And stayed?
Yeah.
That was the thing that was so crazy
$100
about
less.
it, is that it was that high of a price back then.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And people were like, that's ridiculous. We're not going to pay that.
Okay, but
No.
COVID. Sorry, I was like, thought I was going crazy. It did. Yes, 2019, but it really was 2020 when
Yeah.
it got
Yeah.
crazy. Okay, I was like, I thought I started here in 2019, and then
So
we had a year of normalcy.
I went to Nike in 2019 to see, at that time it was the,
No, it was 2020. That was
was-
January 2020.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
And that was one of the guys I was with, I think, got COVID. We didn't know what it was. He just got real sick.
It's probably hepatitis C.
Yeah. That was for the Infinity. The very first Infinity.
Infinity React. Yeah.
That just reminded me how excited I used to get about shoes, and I would go run 20 milers in them out of the box like an idiot.
Well, my favorite one that you did that with was the workout shoe.
Jeez.
Oh,
So May goes out, and this shoe was, talk about a brick. It wasn't just a brick. It was a brick, but had low stack.
It wasn't even meant for running. It was meant for the gym.
that's like that when I ran in the Hoka Kawana out of the box for 15 miles.
Yeah.
Don't want to kill yourself.
Yeah, the worst run of my life.
Whatever happened
for
to
my
that
feet?
shoe?
Yeah, exactly. They did market as a running shoe, and they pivoted immediately to a gym shoe after it was trash.
Yeah.
Anyways,
I do love that. That is one of my favorite things when we nail a shoe and we get hate for nailing a shoe. Like the general public is like, no, you don't know what you guys are talking about. And we get a lot of like blowback from
The general public sounds terrible.
I think it's a few people in the general public.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I just meant that impression.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they do. Man, you guys don't know. No, but there are times where we've gotten shoes and there's running shoe geeks or whatever that, chime in and they're like,
That have never run in the shoe, but they have an
haven't-
opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah, they haven't
Those
run
are my
the shoe,
favorite.
haven't gotten the shoe, and are angry that we don't like the shoe. And the Hoka Kawana was one of those ones where everybody was like, you guys don't know what you're talking about. You obviously don't know. You're not fast enough for it. You're this, you're that. And you're just like, oh, did you try it? No. Well, wait till you try it. And then
Yeah.
let's see how far
Oh, the
off we
Brooks,
are.
the original Brooks Hyperion was one of those too, where people were like, because we trashed it, people
Dude,
were.
people still with the Hyperion 4 that we just did. There's people that are like, no, you guys don't know. That's a great run. And I'm like, okay.
They just wanted to justify that they spent $250 on it.
Or that they got it for free. It's the only company that sent it to them for free, but I don't know. But anyway,
Nike Zoom Fly 6 is a keeper.
hit. Yeah, for the first time
Ever.
in 5 iterations, I can say yes, I like this, which is crazy because I really thought I was going to like the Nike Plus, Pegasus Plus.
Wait, is that the 6?
Yeah,
This
6.
is the 6.
Oh, okay.
I really thought I was going to like the Nike Pegasus Plus. I do not. It's too thin on the forefoot. I don't care what the stack says. It's just the feeling that you get when you're running in it. I like the way it looks. I thought it looked amazing. I was a little bummed about that one. And even the Pegasus 41, it's okay. But this one, I would say if I was going to say one Nike trainer for your daily training that you want to get and even could use for something like racing, this would definitely be like, for if you have a kid that's really serious about running, who's in high school or anything like that, and they want a shoe that they could use for both training and racing, I think this is a great one.
Nice.
Yep, I dig it.
And this one has all sorts of secret messages on it.
Oh, they're pretty good about putting secret stuff on it.
Yeah,
It's like the Illuminati of shoes.
Yeah. It's just the start. You got Iliad Kipchoge's signature on it.
He signed that one for you.
Yeah. Both of them, actually.
Yeah.
The other one's over there. But this one says, it's just the start. And the other one says, no human is limited.
Nice. Hopefully I get that one.
Well, we got a
think
There's
package
one.
in the
There's
garage.
one in the garage right now.
Oh, I didn't tell people.
Okay.
This one I purchased.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And so you're getting a glowing review of a shoe that we actually dropped cash on. They didn't have, for some reason, samples in the men's sizes. They had women's sample sizes. So Megan got hers from Nike. I went ahead and just, when this was available online, just snagged it up. And you know what? I'm keeping it.
Yeah. It's a good
mine
shoe.
now.
I'm hoping I have 20 miles about in the Novablast. I want to run again today in it. I haven't run this morning. I messed up my toe last night though, because I was there's like stuff still hanging around from when I destroyed them during Berlin. I was trying to get things out of there, and I think I hurt
You mean
it.
from you picking your toenails?
Yeah,
I don't know.
basically.
No.
Sticking pins in your toe?
No.
Using tweezers.
Not talking about it.
I think I have, in the Novablast 5, I have like 24 miles.
Yeah.
But
Stop.
What? I'm not going to bring it up again. But if anyone wants pictures,
oh, geez. He's trying to make money here.
We have to end this.
I did look at my one toe and I was like, I'm not going to, no, it's cool. And I was like, how did it turn out? Like, how did you look this way underneath the toenail? Like, what happened to you?
Like, was there fungus and stuff?
No. It's not like that. It's just like misshapen almost. Like,
Yeah.
I
It's
don't
had a
even
nail.
know.
It's like if you were wearing a hat your whole life and someone takes it off.
Do you want to see it?
No.
Okay.
No, I don't.
Carl does.
I need to
do-
get out of here.
I do want to
He's into
give,
that, so.
while we're wrapping stuff up, I do want to give a shout out to both Carl for a fantastic New York City video recap. And
Way
you can
to go,
check-
Carl.
You can check it out on YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
I got all the feels. Like you got to watch it all the way to the end.
I'll be honest. I haven't even watched it yet.
Okay, Robbie.
He said you did a great job and you didn't even watch it.
I know.
No, I know
I saw
it's
he posted in the story something.
I know
and
it's
you reposted it.
I watched that reel. I know it's a great job. I just didn't have 20 minutes yet in my day to
Oh,
think it's
wow.
set aside and watch it.
Not 20 minutes for you, Carl.
Can't watch videos of myself for 20 minutes.
I was watching.
Meanwhile, Thomas has watched it 45 times.
I have because
so.
I like getting all the feels. I get emotional. At
I
the
was
end.
trying to catch up on Detroiters.
Plus, I get to see Aubrey again and Lowe's in there. Everybody's in there. All my favorites. And then the other thing I wanted to give a shout out for was Robbie's writing. Of course, I was always killing it. If you're not subscribing to the email, you subscribe. Robbie is like a gem in like. You really
keep
are
going.
an artist. Yeah.
Keep going.
We can
And
elongate this podcast.
I
another
actually
thing,
hate
if you-
this.
If you can't
I
get
hate
enough
this.
of Robbie's email, you also have a what do you call it? A Substack called Supper Time,
Yeah.
where you write a weekly email just on his general musing. So if you like this podcast where we go off the rails, it's just pretty much off the rails. So you can check that out too. We could put links to that in the into the description here. But man, I love seeing the stuff that our team can do, and I appreciate it.
Yeah.
One final note, unless you want to say something.
Oh, I was just gonna say we did something about it was about to wrap up, put a bow on the Matt Choice stuff. And it was just basically, I don't think it was even directly about Matt Choi. It was more about like
The reaction,
Yeah, like
the people's reaction.
let's chill out a little bit. I mean, and whether or not, I'm not here to say what his intentions were or weren't, or whether his apology was authentic or not, or whatever. I'm just saying some of the reactions in social media are like totally unhinged.
Yeah.
I'm like, guys,
Like I saw one person leave a comment that said, "I had hoped you had died."
wait, really?
Yeah,
That's,
I'm like, really for doing that?
I mean, it's just like, obviously you need to check what's going on in your own
Yeah,
life, because
for real.
there's some serious issues, and it's just a waste of time to get super, I don't know, into these things that in 2 years, nobody's going to care about.
In 2 weeks, no one's
In
going to
2
care
weeks,
about.
yeah, actually. And so much mental time and energy and anguish.
yeah.
But anyways, that was basically my point of the whole thing.
Okay, the one last thing I wanted to say was registration for Winter Grit
Oh, yeah.
is opening in 2 weeks from when this podcast airs, which
Set
is
your alarms.
Black Friday.
This might be
November
the cutest
29th.
one ever.
Yeah.
The cutest grit ever.
It's every level is Carl in a different outfit.
Yeah. Dressed like
You got to collect them all.
dressed like a Mario character.
Okay.
In the Tanaki suit. That was a good one when we did the video game one.
Yeah, that
That
was
was a
good.
nice one.
That was fun.
But this one, are we announcing the theme yet, or is it just
What is the theme?
Yeah, announce it. Say it. What are we calling it?
like Arctic Adventure?
Arctic Adventure. And every level is an animal of kinds.
Cute Arctic animal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it'll be cool, dude. For real, I'm not just saying this, but this swag this go round, it's gonna be one of the best. I feel
Yeah,
like.
no doubt.
So you definitely want to get in on it.
Can we tell them what some of the swag is?
Yeah, I'm sure.
A crew black sweatshirt.
with a special grit design on it.
Yeah.
And a knit cap.
And the knit cap, it goes back to if you did the grit where we had the olive green knit cap, same knit cap, different color.
Yeah.
And it's one of my favorites. That's one of the things, like, of all the grits that just keeps popping up in my gear. That's the piece.
Well, that and the crew sweatshirt from the One Winter Grit is still
you love that one.
my
The
favorite
red,
sweatshirt.
yellow, and blue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's plenty of grit pieces that have come and gone in my lifetime.
Dude, this is number 10.
That one remains. Yeah, the 10th grit.
And if you signed up for 10
You're going to get something
grits,
special.
you might get something special.
if you're a lifetimer.
Yeah.
a lifer.
Lifer?
A grit goblin.
Grit goblin.
We'll have to come up
That's
with a better
not it.
name for
That's
that.
not it.
Yeah. But yeah, some loyal gritters out there. Grit gang.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to say something, I don't know, weird.
Hi, Ma.